Champagne, smoking Cuban cigars, ride around town in his fancy cars. Girls from LA, New York, and France. Women all over, so here's my chance.
Can I grab your attention for 3 minutes or so? Yeah, this won't take long. It's a part of the show.
I'm Donald George. I am the creator and your host of the hashtag FML Comedy Show. The hashtag FML, that's Twitter slang, it's Instagram slang. It means like, F my life, or, fuck my life, or funny my life, We're the social media generation. You can't find anywhere somebody's tweeting. If there's somebody do something funny, it's FML, you're in a funny situation, like, I don't know, try to buy a girl a drink, and, be a nut and my car got declined. You know what I mean? So that's where that comes from. And so I decided, and that'll be a great name for a comedy show. And why I'm doing my own comedy show is because I've been doing comedy all over town for a while now. And one thing I noticed about these venues is if somebody wants to come and watch me do a 5-minute show, they have to pay like $10 or $15 plus a 2-item minimum. So that can be anywhere between $35 to $45 to watch me do 5 minutes of work. And with all the love and support I was getting, I'm like, man, how do I get back, for cheaper, So I decided, hey, I'm gonna do a comedy show, charge, $10 online, $15 at the door. There's no 2-item minimum. We do have a bar if you want to buy drinks, but there's no 2-item minimum. And so that's why the FML Comedy Show came about. Alright, so me and a couple of buddies of mine, we helped BCE film a web series called I Hate My Coworker. You've probably seen it online. If not, go to www.ihmcwebseries.com, check it out. Well, we were in pre-production for season 2, and once we wrapped up the meeting, PJ, one of the chief officers over at BCE, was like, "Hey, DG, what you got going on with yourself?" I'm like, I'm still doing my comedy. I was going strong. I'm trying to put together my own show with the Regency West Theater. Without hesitation, he was like, "We'll produce it." It was like, "Yeah, we'll produce it. We've seen your work. We believe in you. You're very funny. And you're a good guy. So we'll produce it." And that's exactly how it happened. I'm like, wow, I've been doing comedy for a while, but not that long. But for somebody to say, "Hey, just off the rip, we'll produce it, we'll support it." Again, it was the universe coming together. All these things were happening. I don't believe in coincidences, so everything was happening. I'm like, that's how I knew this is going to be a great show. Alright, it's going to be located at the Regency West Theater over in Leimert Park, the historic Leimert Park. And the reason why I chose that venue is, honestly, I kind of feel like that venue chose me. I've been going to that venue for about 1.5 years, almost 2 years now. Actress and radio personality Tammy Mack, the last Friday of every month, she has a mixer. Well, getting on that stage a few times, I'm like, man, this would be a great place to do some comedy. So I typed in Regency West, and what do you know, Comedy Act Theater comes up. So I click on that, I start to do research on that, and then I realized back in the day, like the late 80s, early 90s, if you were an up-and-coming comic, especially a black comic, this was the stage you had to perform on. And I'm talking like the Martins, the Bernie Macs, the Steve Harveys, D.L. Hewleys, all those guys, T.J. McGee, all those guys. And this is actually the same stage where Robin Harris was discovered. He used to do his shows here, and people will come in from all over to come check him out. And I'm like, I did not know I've been on this stage for 2 years, so that's why I felt like, man, this thing has been calling me. Like, things were lining up, so I had to do the show at this venue. We're gonna open up with my boy Roger Piano, a good friend of mine. I've been knowing him for about 1 year now. Really good guy, really cool guy, a very funny, brand new comedian on the scene. Then we're gonna follow that up with Andrew Batchelor. Andrew Batcher, somebody I've known a little bit longer, about 2 to 3 years. Very funny on stage. Does some great impersonations. Got some great stories. Gives some great FML stories. It's actually killing the YouTube scene right now too. So we'll give you all that information when you come to the show. We got Jahan Jones. Jahan Jones is somebody I've been known for about 3 to 4 years. Another good friend of mine. Killing the comedy game, hosting. He has his own sketch comedy show. So it's like, you know, somebody like that we definitely need on the show. Then we have my girl Moni Moon. I wanted a girl who wouldn't, you know, who was gonna bring it. Who was gonna bring it. I've been watching Moni Moon. I actually met Moni Moon at the mixer that I spoke of before, and I talked to her about it. She was like, "Say no more, DG, I'm in." So she has a great set. And then we have my boy Kevin Tate. Kevin Tate, that's my boy I've been knowing for probably the longest out of everybody, about 4 years now. And I've watched Kevin Tate, me and him done scenes together in acting class. I've watched Kevin Tate perform at the House of Blues rapping, walked into comedy stores, watched Kevin Tate performing on stage. I'm like, man, what do you don't do? So, you know, and the thing about all the comics is, it's strange when I asked, I told them what I was trying to do. They was like, "Say no more, DG, I'm in." So it was like, that's what's up. It was just all love. So again, you know, a lot of things were coming together. It was just happening, like where I just knew this show was supposed to happen. You know what I mean? So if you want to catch a great comedy show with brand new up and coming comics in a historical venue in a historical part of town, where the prices are $10, $15 max, where it's easy to park, where you can actually interact with the comedians as they're doing their show, then the hashtag FML Comedy Show is the show for you. May 23rd, 7:30 and 9:30, www.venturecityenT.com. You really ain't got no excuses though. So with that being said, I'll see you there.